When you're doing Miller, everything gets sort of iconic, you know. It's not until you actually sort of break it down and start to work on it that you realize what an incredible humanist the guy was.
I've always been stirred by Miller's other work. A View from the Bridge haunted me, and when it was time to come back to Broadway, I reached deep into my subconscious, and there was A View from the Bridge.
The play takes place in Red Hook, Brooklyn in the 50s, in one very small tenement apartment with Eddie Carbone and his wife Beatrice and their adoptive niece, Catherine. And they take on two illegal immigrants from Italy, myself and my brother, and it doesn't go well from there.
It's Red Hook and it's 1950s Brooklyn, and you sort of think of these characters as being somehow a little hard-boiled or whatever, you know, they're rough and tumble, but there's a terrific innocence to the play as we're looking at it. Not that it's gentle in any way, but the characters just succumb to this terrible feeling, this terrible passion.
I think that the sexual tension in this play is certainly a kind of part of the. It's the big elephant in the room.
A play that he wrote that came more from the gut and that seems to operate in the guts of the characters more than any other play, on an emotional level, and especially on a sexual level. It's very unlike a lot of the Arthur Miller plays, and a very sensational experience.
There's a sense of the size of these characters and the hunger of these characters, and the brick wall of his code of morality that they're coming smack up against.
There's something about kind of being able to just be completely vulnerable and available.
Her composure and her strength in this whole chaotic process has been pretty inspiring to me, because as she'll tell you, I've been going nuts, but I'm supposed to.
That's not true. No,
Yeah, a little bit.
have you been? Oh, you keep it together pretty good.
This is so much about innocence in the face of all these desires, and so that's the cool thing about it. Yeah.
What ultimately draws us in the rehearsal room right now, and audiences always to this play, is that A View from the Bridge is Miller's most passionate work.
You really see how I think it's kind of ahead of its time, that he was. And he was also, I mean, Miller, it seems, this guy who had a really firm grasp on sexual dynamics.
I've seen it 3 times, and every time something about it just takes hold and takes off, and before you know it, it moves like a bulldozer through to the end, and it's a great experience.